Hello, welcome to Yoga Daily. My name's Sheila. Thanks for joining me. We are going to do a flow for swimmers. So the focus is going to be on the shoulders, the lower back, a little bit of hip stretch. It's going to be short and sweet, and we will start in a forward fold. So just as if you got out of the swimming pool, you took your goggles off, you took your swim cap off, and you want to come into a forward fold. So taking your feet hip distance apart, rolling the heads of your shoulder blades back, and then come forward. Nice and easy with a nice micro bend in your knees, folding forward, holding on to opposite elbows. Allow the head to be long. You can shake it no. You can shake it yes. And just allowing a moment to stretch through the backs of the hamstrings, a release of the lower back. Good, and then we're gonna press up into tabletop, so bringing fingertips to shins. Inhale, lengthen, look up halfway, pressing the shoulders into the shoulder sockets, drawing the navel in a nice long spine here, a nice stretch through the hamstrings. And then exhale, fold it forward, plant your hands down, shoulder distance apart, step your feet back, coming into downward facing dog and inverted V. Here you can pedal it out by bending one knee, lifting opposite heel, and shifting. It's very important to be pressing into all 10 finger pads, spreading the fingers evenly, firming the triceps in, allowing the neck to be nice and relaxed. Releasing the calves and the hamstrings and lifting both of the heels up very high, pressing through all 10 finger pads, melting your heart towards your thighs, drawing the navel in, and then slowly as you're lifting your hips up, press your heels down for a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Coming into three-legged dog, inhale, lift your right leg up, keeping the hips square here, flexing the foot, coming high up onto the left heel for 3, 2, 1, and then opening up the hips. So turning your right toes out, bending your knees, stacking that right hip on top of the left. You can look underneath your right armpit or your left. Maybe circling the ankle here of your right foot, and then circle it the opposite way. Just feel a nice stretch through the side body and the hip. And then on your next inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hip, and exhale, round the spine, thinking knee to nose, and then step your right foot to the inside of your right hand. No worries if it didn't make it. You can always use your hand to give it a free ride to the top of the mat. And if you're finding it's extremely challenging to keep your fingertips on the mat, you can use the blocks or books or some other way of raising the floor up to meet your comfort here. So we're just breathing into the hip flexor here, feeling a nice stretch. We're going to take this into a twist. So keeping the spine nice and long here, keeping the quadricep engaged so you feel that kneecap lifting up, the knees not sagging down. We're going to twist over to our right, rooting down to the left hand. Take a nice big inhale, spine is long. Exhale, twisting and reaching up towards the sky, hugging that left shoulder into the shoulder socket so we're not dumping all of our weight into our left hand. We're feeling light here, maybe even coming onto fingertips. You're using your core, you're pressing evenly into both feet. And breathe, expand through your heart center, shine out. And then placing your hands either on the blocks or on the mat, stepping your left foot in slightly, coming into a pyramid pose. So feet are hip distance. You want to make sure you're not trying to stand on a balance beam. It's more like a ladder. So we're going to inhale and lengthen. You can use the blocks here. Spine is long, drawing the navel in. And then exhale, Slowly hinging at the hips, keeping the spine long, and playing your edge of discomfort. You can have the blocks here. If you're more bendy, maybe your nose comes down to your shins. Maybe you want to walk the hands back, or maybe you want to stay here. You don't want to lose the integrity of the pose by pressing the hips out to get it there. You want the hips to be nice and square, and just feeling sensation is most important. We're stretching the hamstring here, stretching the back of the calf here. Good, then we're gonna inhale and come up, bending the knee, step back into your downward facing dog, pedal it out, a couple breaths, and then switching sides. Inhale, lifting the left leg up, turning the toes in so the foot is flexed, coming high up onto the right palm out for 3, lifting the heel 2, and 1. Then on your next inhale, coming forward, rounding the spine. Again, thinking knee to nose to create that space to place your left foot to the inside of the left hand. Taking a few breaths here to settle in. Again, the blocks can be there to help you keep your spine long, making sure your knee is always tracking in line with the ankle. And breathing, pressing into that back heel. We're gonna take it into a twist. Spine is long, inhale. Lengthen, exhale, twisting over to the left, reaching up through left fingertips, revolving the heart, drawing the right shoulder into the shoulder socket. Again, thinking very light on the hands. Exhale, bring the hand down, step the right foot in for pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen, draw that left hip back into the hip socket. Nice long spine, engaging the core. Exhale, folding forward, playing your edge of discomfort and having no attachment to the results. This is not a competition. This is to help with your recovery and to feel good. Good, one more breath. Nice, and then on the exhale, you can move the blocks to the sides, planting your hands. We're gonna step back into downward facing dog for 1 breath, inhale, and then exhale, dropping down onto knees. And then we're going to come into a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly, bring the eye gaze up. As you exhale, press the earth away, round the spine, chin to the chest. Doing 4 more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, flare out the sit bones, eye gaze up. Exhale, rounding. Good. Moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Keeping a nice flow. Exhale. Yoga's here to make us feel good. Remember that. Inhale. Exhale. Coming to neutral. We're going to take it into thread the needle. So it's a little shoulder opener with a twist. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up. And then as you exhale, we're going to take the right arm underneath the left. Coming onto the right shoulder. You can press the earth away with the left hand. If your head isn't quite making it, you can use a block to bring the floor closer. So this is to make you feel the most comfortable that you can feel here. If you want more, you can lift the right arm up, turn the palm away from you, bend at the elbow and bind, reaching around for that right hip. You'll feel a nice, really nice stretch through the left shoulder. If you want to play with this, the balance, you can straighten the left leg, maybe lift it up. Good, 1 more breath. And then bringing the hand, the knee, then the hand, coming out of the twist. Good. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, left fingertips up. Exhale, threading underneath the right hand, coming onto that right temple, left temple, left shoulder. Pressing the earth away, Again, if you find that your head is just not making it down today, you can have it rest here. It's much more comfortable. And then lifting the right arm up, bending the elbow, reaching around for that left hip. If that feels good and you want more sensation, you can go ahead and lift that right leg, coming into a little balance. The worst case scenario, you'll fall over onto your side, and it's just fun. Just get back up and continue. Good, and then we're gonna bring the knee and then the hand down. And we're coming into a puppy dog stretch. So our knees stay stacked over, your hips stay stacked over your knees. We're gonna walk the hands out. Walk them, walk them, walk them. And keeping your eye gaze towards the horizon. Maybe the chin comes down. And maybe this is enough for you. But stay here for a few breaths, and then we'll bump it up a bit. So we're gonna add the blocks, coming up, walking the hands in. And the blocks can be on any level you want. We'll start with the first level. It's walking the hands out, then bending at the elbows, pressing the palms together into prayer, and then bringing the hands behind the head, allowing the forehead to drop down. And this is just a different sensation, brings a different sensation to the shoulders. And just holding here for a few breaths. It feels really nice. And then to come out of it, when you're ready, just taking your time, walking the hands in, walking the hands in, and then coming into a child's pose, dropping your hips towards your heels, walking the fingertips out, pressing into the palms, bring the forehead down, and shake and no from side to side. Then interlacing your hands at the base of your spine. And allow your arms to open up your shoulders. So as you press your fingertips up to the ceiling, you can then come to moving your arms over to the right. Feel a stretch through that left shoulder. And then over to the left. Feel a stretch to the right shoulder. Feels really yummy and juicy. And then come to center. Releasing, allowing the arms just to rest by your sides, allowing the shoulders to be heavy. And just feeling this pose, the surrender. Very good. This helps release the lower back and the shoulders. We're gonna come up into a yummy shoulder openers. So inhale the arms forward, and then you're going to take your right arm across and then bending at your elbow. So giving it a little fork lift. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bringing your arm over towards your left, feeling a nice stretch through that right shoulder here. And then taking it into eagle arm. So bending the right elbow, pressing the backs of the palms together, or maybe wrapping. So you're pressing the palms facing each other. And then lifting the elbows up, bringing the triceps away from the face. Inhaling here, and then exhale, we're gonna twist over towards the left, deepening the stretch into that right shoulder. Good. Next inhale, we're gonna release. Open it out, shake it out, shake it out. Good. And then switching sides. So bring the arms out, this time crossing the left over to the right, then bending the right elbow, giving it a little fork lift. Inhale, and exhale, twisting over towards your right, stretching through that left shoulder, and breathing. You worked really hard today. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. Have so much gratitude for yourself for showing up for you. It's the best thing you can do. And then we're going to take it into the eagle arm. So bending the left elbow, you can bring it back to center, and then wrapping your hands, wrapping the forearms, so then the hands press together. Allow the elbows to lift, the forearms to move away from your face. We're going to take a nice inhale here, enjoying the stretch, and then exhale, twisting back over to the right, deepening the stretch through the left shoulder. There you go, one more breath. And then exhale, coming center. Release, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it. Awesome. And another great pose that I love for, we'll end on this one, is a supported bridge. So you can use one block here, and then come to lying on your back, taking your feet to their hip distance. We're going to take the block and place it right at the sacrum. So lifting the hips up, placing the block either on the lowest level, the second level, or you can take it all the way to the highest level if that's for you. Keep the back of the neck nice and long, arms by your sides, and just breathe. Allow a nice release through the vertebra and the lower spine. And you can hang out here for a minute or two. It's a great restorative pose. You can lift legs up and see how that changes the focus of where you feel sensation. But staying here is just a great way to bring extra space through the spine. Feel nice relief through the lower back. And then we're going to inhale, lift the hips up, remove the block, and slowly, so we're doing a tiny pelvic tilt, and then we're going to lower upper back, middle back, lower back is last. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side, circling one way, circling the other way, making yourself a tiny little pocket. And then coming into a simple twist, extending one leg with your right knee into your chest, twisting over towards your left, rooting that right shoulder down. You can use your left hand to help bring the right knee so you feel more sensation. And then you can bring your eye gaze over to your right. Very good. Inhaling here, exhale onto your back, switching sides, drawing that left knee into your chest, and then twisting over towards your right, rooting that left shoulder down, using your right hand on top of your left outer thigh to press it down, just feeling where the stretch moves through on your body. And then inhale, coming onto your back, coming into happy baby, reaching for your heels, drawing the knees down the side of your torso, allowing your feet to wiggle like you're holding up the roof. You can rock from side to side, make your baby happy, extend one leg maybe, extend the other. This brings symmetry to the spine. And then releasing, finding your way into Shavasana. Every yoga flow should end with at least a minute of Shavasana. So taking your legs wide, allow your toes to roll out, palms to face up, back of the neck long, lower back releases into the mat. Soften your eyes, your facial muscles, allow the tongue to drop away from the roof of your mouth. And let go of the breath, let go of all effort. Allow yourself to float here in this magical wonderland that you created, this space of bliss. And enjoy. Stay as long as you like. And when you're ready, you can draw your knees in, give yourself a nice big hug, thanking your body for showing up and practicing yoga with me. Dropping your knees to your favorite side, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sealing the practice in with the sound of Om. You can join me if you like. Inhale. From my spirit to you, peace and namaste. Have a great day.